Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly Psychic Tarot and Oracle card reading. Cross-watcher energies are interchangeable, but only take those portions that are resonating with you. This reading is unique, Aquarius, in that it's very much like the Scorpio reading I did for this week. I'll be putting a link up above. Now I'd like to remind you guys to check your rising and moon and Venus signs for a more complete picture. My readings, they do meld together, just like that Scorpio card reading. And there is a free birth chart calculator link on the very bottom of the description box below, and it can help you out with these kind of readings. Aquarius, I'd like to thank you so much for the likes and supporting my channel. I am truly grateful. Thank you. Today you're going to get 5 cards from the Rider-Waite deck, 1 card from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid, 1 Divine Feather Message by Alison De Nicola, and 1 card from a deck that's called Quotes by a Famous Person. And now here's your first card. It's the general atmosphere. It's the background and the basis of the matter. Number 4 of the major arcana in the Rider-Waite deck, the Emperor. This card is ruled by Mars, fire energy. This can be an Aries or a Scorpio. Could be in your chart or someone else's that you're dealing with. This is the divine masculine card. It has to do with authority and leadership. It's the domination of the material world. Can represent of someone's father or someone very controlling. This can be, has to do with order and structure and stability. It has to do with success and vision, leadership, mental activity and domination. This is someone that imposes order and rules for the sake of peace and harmony. They may have a senior position. Or maybe it's you that needs to stand up and rely on your own power and authority. And now, all your activity at this time should be motivated by your need to take action. This is being focused more on logic than emotions. It's following through and acting with resolve and doing what you say you will do. This is a person that can be rather proud and intimidating. They can be hard to please because they have the highest standards. This is someone that's very confident. You may have heard them say, been there and done that. They command respect, and they think they're untouchable, and they could care less about criticism because they're above it. Your second card, and this is the energy that's crossing over your path. These are your subconscious influences. The Ace of Wands, Aquarius. This is in your crossing position, which can be a challenge or an obstacle. But this is such a great card, it's not much of a challenge at all. The Ace of Wands. There's a lot of divine influence in this reading, all over it. This has to do with pure creativity and inspiration, conception, a new birth. This is like ignition. It's the beginning of a new enterprise. It's high passion in relationships, a strong attraction. It's divine guidance from the universe. It's excitement and enthusiasm and the energy for something new. It's being bold. It's new vitality and a lust for life. Fortune always favors the bold, so remember, carpe diem, and seize the day. The Emperor with the Ace of Wands is a new career path. It has to do with structure and control. It can be controlling excitement and a strong attraction, passion. There's potential here, and it's following your instincts. It can be advice from an older man or a strong man or masculine energies. Your third card. This is how it affects you. These are the external influences that you're consciously aware of, Aquarius. Number 18 of the major arcana, the Moon. This can be a Cancer or a Pisces. This has to do with divine influence. 15 Yods links it back to the devil and fears. This is fears of the unknown because you're not yet seeing the path ahead of you clearly, but you are on the correct path. These are just fears They're deep fears. They come from within ourselves, and yet they never entirely surface, and they always sink back again. These are fears and anxieties, but also fantasies and psychic talent. It's feelings and responses to these feelings, feeling moody, facing emotional tests. There's something that you're not meant to see right now. It gives you some insecurity and anxiety. You're only seeing half of the information. It's dark out. Things are shadowy in the light of the moon. You can't see in those shadows is all. But this is the end of a major cycle. But things are still changing. This can be mutable or dreamy qualities in relationships. It's romance and communion of the souls, and a metamorphosis within the self. Change is possible from deep within. This can also be qualities of others that are masked for good or bad. You'll need to examine contracts and projects for hidden meanings behind written or spoken words. This can have to do with your emotional nature and confronting fear based on a past experience. There's also a lot of creative energy storing up inside. It's a desire to be creative, and it will nurture the soul. The Emperor card with the Moon card is paying attention to details. There can be secrecy involved. There's authority and structure and a deception or being in the dark. And this is masculine energy, can be a leader in the creative industries. This is finishing up the details after having done the hard part of the work. And it can be collection of gains. Your fourth card, position of the future. It's the outcome, the results, and the advice. Number 16 of the major arcana, the Tower. Fire energy. This card is ruled by Mars and Scorpio. This can be an Aries or a Scorpio. Pluto. Pluto is what represents Scorpio. Now, there's a lot of divine influence here as well. There's 22 yods here. There's 10 on this side, and there's 12 on this side. Linking back to the Hanged Man, that's being enlightened. 10 yods, change, absolutely being enlightened and changed with the Tower. This is a sudden shock. It is a surprise, and it's going to happen quickly. And you're going to see the writing on the wall. This lightning is kind of like the sting of a scorpion. It's sudden, and it might be painful. It could create instability. Could be because there was a shaky foundation. But there's a rapid transformation here. This is something that reveals weakness in a foundation, and it brings liberation. It's some sort of upheaval. It can release pent-up emotions. It can be a shocking revelation, a swift and dramatic change. It can also be the rekindling of a situation or a relationship that has too long been ignored. This is someone that could be questioning beliefs. You'll need to build a foundation that is strong. There are unseen forces at work here. It's rupture and release and chaos and destruction and revelation. It's falling, failing, maybe losing a secure position. It's experiencing an injury or a betrayal. Maybe you do not believe that what is happening is for the best. You'll need to rebuild and refocus. This is a wake-up call to be cautious. These could have been ambitious goals. They may have been made with false premises. And now your soul is going to evolve. The Emperor with the Tower card are both Aries cards. This is control. Actually, they're both Aries and Scorpio cards. That's right. It's control and personal power. It's things not going the way that this person wants. It can also represent a great excitement or a surprise. It can be also stubbornly holding on when things are falling apart. Your fifth card. It's the bottom of the deck card. The underlying issue. This is what's unseen. It's unseen. It's because it's something that you're not sharing with others. Yet you are consciously aware of this, Aquarius, the Ace of Cups. This is what you're going to be aware of. This is a prediction, and it can be a surprise. These are overflowing feelings. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be in your chart or someone else's that you're dealing with. This is really beautiful. 2 aces in a reading is rare. This can be a divine union. 2 aces could also be a wedding of these two. Doesn't have to be though, but it is a very special yes. And this Ace of Cups, cups also known as hearts, chalices, this is the beginning of a great love. It's joy and contentment and productiveness, fertility, beauty and pleasure. This water energy represents love and happiness. It's the symbol of the unconscious mind, instincts, emotions, pleasure, the good life, fertility and beauty, and this brings in healing or some form of good news coming. It can be a great joy or reward gained from a loving relationship, or even something new could be developing in a relationship. Remember to pay attention to subtle signs of synchronicity, especially in this reading. And this is the highest potential and the start of a new life. So remember to go with the flow. These are opportunities and gifts offered by the element of water. And those 5 streams, they miraculously rise and descend into the water below. They denote the outpouring of divine love into the sensory world. The Emperor with the Ace of Cups can represent emotional stability, controlling new overflowing feelings and emotions. This can represent a spiritual leader. The Ace of Wands with the Moon card is a creative idea. It's passion and insecurity about it. It can also represent the writer's pen. The Ace of Wands with the Tower card is a passionate, surprise jolt. It can be a very strong attraction. These are both divine influence cards. This is a rapid transformation and possibly unable to act on your plans at this time. The Ace of Wands with the Ace of Cups is simultaneous growth in fire and energy waters. This is both divine. It's a rare combo. This Scorpio, Tower, and the Oracle card. So Scorpio has the Emperor and the Ace of Wands and the Oracle card as well. So I'd look at that Scorpio reading if I were you, because this can be a possible soulmate meeting. It's a new spark, a new love. The Moon with the Tower card is clarity on all that is false. It's 22 yods here, and that links down to a 4, which represents fears over stability. It's becoming more enlightened. It's another lesson learned, and it can also represent emotional outbursts. The Moon with the Ace of Cups is dreaming of overflowing love, and things are not what they appear to be. It can be illusions and feelings. The Tower with the Ace of Cups is falling in love. It's surprising new feelings. And not for everyone, this can represent a shocking pregnancy. But this can also be something that good comes after a major surprise. It's love that transforms, and it's pure, shocking emotion. And now here's your Wisdom of the Oracle card by Colette Baron Reed. And yes, Scorpio got this card as well. I've never had that many same cards and for 2 different readings for the same week. This is card number 21. Clean it up, Aquarius. Card number 21. Clean it up. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. The Oracle's message is, ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by clutter in your home also? Or too much work? Overwhelmed? It's time to clean the house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Every unresolved resentment, Every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now it's the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Here's the relationship message. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Thread through what you brought with you and let go what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Here's your prosperity message. Simple things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself, too. This card is a sign that you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. Here's your divine feather message. And it is Eagle. Aquarius, you've got Eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Here's your quote from a famous person, Aquarius. Don't be afraid to stand for what you believe in, even if that means standing alone. By Andy Biersack. I don't know who that is. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, even if that means standing alone. But he must be famous, so it might have worked for him. Thanks, you guys, Aquarius. I hope you stay tuned in and leave me a comment or a thumbs up. And please subscribe. Now remember, what goes around comes around, so I'm sending you guys out love and light and blessings. Thanks for watching.